everyone, welcome back to another episode. Thanks for joining us. We got some head work to do today. We're working on the valves and the valve seats. So we're gonna break out the grinding stones and get this stuff done. It's a little bit more of a raw footage deal today. Not that I didn't do any editing, but gonna show you a little bit more of the process and not skip so much of it, unless it's a lot of the redundancy involved in it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Consider giving us a like. Let us know what you all think in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel, share with your friends, and let's get to it. All right, Peppy. We installed that belt a little bit earlier. That was no big deal. Very cool. You see how this machine works? So you have some transmission fluid that runs out that coats the valve as a coolant, right? Right, is you know, bit of a friction as well, right? I'm sure. And it runs along the grinding edge of this. Now, what is this comprised of, this grinding edge here? What is that?
It's probably some kind of silicon carbide or something.
Silicon carbide, okay.
Anyway,
easy enough. So there's a before and after, sort of. I mean, this is more or less what they looked like before. And now after getting that redone. Now, are we changing the angles a little bit? I mean,
nope.
Is it just...
Nope, same angle.
Okay.
It's 30 degrees and 45 degrees.
30 degrees and 45 degrees. So 30 degrees is the intake?
30 is the intake, 45 is the exhaust.
All right, 45 on the exhaust. And now the exhaust valves, these are smaller on this one?
Yep.
And the intake ones are bigger?
Yep.
Okay.
Usually are.
Yep. So, as you can see here, that's our little deal. We have our spout that lets the transmission fluid come out. So, let's have another run at it. See what she looks like. And this right here, this controls.
It controls how much it's cutting.
Okay. And this one's obviously pulls it in and out. Awesome sauce. And right here is indicated, okay, that's 45 degrees. Okay, so we're doing the 45 degree cut right now, yes? Okay, so as you can see, there's a little bit of smoke coming from there. That's just the oil, the transmission oil burning off as it's rubbing on there. That's all that is.
There we go, nice and pretty.
Yes, looks excellent. Now these here, we went ahead and just buffed them off with the buffing wheel first, up to a certain point, and then we knew that we were going to have to use our valve grinder here. So this one's an old model as well. What year was this model? Did we find out?
Old.
Old, yeah, OLD.
That's the part number. Old. OLD. Okay, this thing here.
Okay.
Actually sets your depth so that you put this in at the same depth every time.
Okay.
And then you dial this back in so that you're not already going into a heavy cut.
Okay.
And there's another one.
There you go, Rubeno.
And we'll just do that with the rest of them. And the only difference with the intakes is we'll change the degree, the angle at which we're cutting, and do them all like that.
There you go.
Don't want to bore you with doing them all.
All right, what's going on here? You said a little bit of, what, pitting?
So see how it was pitting and starting to eat the valve up?
Yeah.
So that's not going to seal when that starts getting worse. We had other valves that were actually worse, that were cups. So they weren't seating properly. It wouldn't have been running very good.
Yeah. Yeah, they've been sitting in the elements for a little bit. We've cleaned them off already once before, but since they've been sitting for a little while, a little courtesy buff never hurt nothing.
Look how fitted that is.
Oh yeah. Wow. Yeah, you guys can definitely see that one. This one's pretty bad.
That too.
This one here?
See, that one's better.
Yeah. Quite a bit, guys. Okay, so. All right, how are we looking? Much better.
Much better.
Still some of that up top, yeah.
Pitting in there, it was so heavy.
I mean, we can't go down really any further, can we?
Go a little bit. I mean, It's not bad because it actually, the seating area on this is actually about right there.
Okay, so it seats from there on anyway, right?
Right, so there's like a 1/16 of an inch that it doesn't seat here and a 1/16 here, so it's
Okay.
right in between there. That's the seat area there.
Okay.
So that's not too bad.
Maybe just one more run and...
Maybe a little pass.
Okay. I said this is OLD. Yeah, you know me. Here we go. Much better.
Good enough.
Yep. What the heck? Something. Okay. I just heard a funky noise going on here. What the? And it was with this side, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think when we looked at the belt, we looked in through here. Underneath there.
I don't remember.
Yeah. Let's see. Ugh. That's not good.
It's probably ugly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's not right. Uh-huh.
Belt went on.
Well, we got another one, right? You ordered it? You got one for that and then one for that.
No, that was different. See all the vapor from that coming off?
Yeah. Well, also because it started catching this now and just kind of splashing it out. That as well.
Almost done.
We could probably just go get another belt. How do we take this puppy off? Can't be that difficult. This was pretty easy to get to. I imagine this right here. I don't know about this. It looks like a grease fitting or something.
Those are oil.
Yeah. Put a little needle deal there and undo that. We got an Allen wrench here. So I wonder if there's something. There's a screw here. We're gonna have to turn the machine over or turn it off to the side. and see if we can't get a better look at, yeah. Was that the last one?
No. There's this one in here and then 2 more. So we can't turn it over with this on there. We're gonna dump out all the fluid.
See if we can't get her a new
Okay, I need more better light to see.
okay. Pop's not happy. We were right there, and this is only just one head. We still have the whole other head to do. None of the other valves have been touched as far as grinding goes. So we were just about done with the intake side, and ooh. This is a corner view of the shop back here. All the way back in the corner, off to the side of me is all the we got the carburetors all over here. Corner view, the sandblaster, some rods and some hose and tape, and here we go. I think we just had some good news. Cool. So now it'll come out from the bottom.
Should pop right off.
Yep. Cool.
And there she is.
Not too bad, huh?
That should be available. Now we gotta go find one.
Now we gotta go get one. That one's gonna be a lot easier to find than the belt that we had to find here. The belt that goes in here, that thing was tiny. Up to the store we go. Where are we going anyway? We want a tractor? Tractor Supply. I love me some Tractor Supply. How about you? Do you like some Tractor Supply? I bet you the majority of our watchers do. Tractor. Man, it'd be cool to have a tractor. Give me an old John Deere or apparently a Lamborghini, because he made tractors first before he made all them supercars.
Well, Peepaw had a Ford.
Yeah, Ford, yeah. Quickly.
Dixon. Ow! Timber! 1,800 horse, 3,000 foot-pounds of torque.
You know that there's this video. Let me know in the comments, please, if you guys know what video I'm talking about. There's this video short on YouTube. I thought of maybe making my own version. It's VTEC owners when VTEC hits, and it's the same kid sitting in the driver's seat, and the same kid filming himself when he's sitting in the passenger seat, and it's going like 15 miles an hour. And when VTEC hits, it's like the speedometer is just climbing like this, while the
I think I had seen it.
while the passenger's person, which is still himself, is looking over like this.
I think I synced it.
Oh, it's hilarious. We're back. All right, let's get our belt in and get back to grinding these valves.
We should
Be back in business.
For sure.
Brand new belts, the both of them.
There we go. Another 50 years out of them.
Yeah, hopefully, huh?
Yeah, I doubt it, but anyway.
I think we back in business.
We are.
We got the rest of those valves cut down 30 degrees, 45 degrees respectively for the intake and the exhaust. There's no reason to really show you guys the rest of that process. It's rinse and repeat. So now we move on to the valve seats, and we have our valve seat grinding tool. And we're going to show you guys the process of how to get this done. It's very simple. There's not much to it. You just got to make sure you have the right tools for the job.
Found the right size grinding tool with the right angle. I actually had to true it up. That goes on there. And grinds your seat.
All right.
Now you don't push this down. It's barely, probably not even the weight of the drill.
This drill, this stuff right here, that's a snap-on right there. It's a Blue Point.
Blue Point, yeah. This
Yeah.
is an old snap-on kit.
Right. Valve seat grinder. Excellent.
Okay, so
Cool.
you can see we're clean all the way around there. We're good. On to the next one.
Okay. Now you have the two different sizes, obviously, for the exhaust and the intake, right?
Yep.
Yep. Now, valve seat grinding stones have been around for a pretty long time. And back in the day, they were mainly comprised of hardened steel or cast iron. So grinding stones only needed to meet those two specs. But now your grinding stones have to be more specific to the application, with valve seats being comprised of powdered metals, super hardened materials, and alloys.
That
valve guide is,
that guide they had to put in there is sticking.
yeah. WD somewhere. The lesson today.
All right, so we're gonna true up this this stone, since the hardened seats have put a groove in it. You can see that. So to true it up, you use this little dilly bob here.
So right now it's falsed up.
It's a discombobulated.
It's lied.
This is a 45 degree one. We were at 30 because I actually trued up the other one. So we're gonna go exactly to 45. Make sure that is locked down extra tight. Put a little oink on it. And then we can put a little WD on here. This is going to spin on here. And then we're going to adjust this here. Okay, that's just so it's barely missing right now. Okay? That's barely missing there.
Yes.
Okay?
Barely missing.
So let's put this on the ground so we can hold it, and we can put the drill on it. This goes into here like you're grinding this. We're gonna go up part of a turn.
almost.
Yeah.
Need a little more, right? Or is that
It
good
needs
enough?
well, it should be totally true, but we're going to be cutting more on these hardened seats, so it's going to cut it some more.
Okay.
So I don't want to do too much right now.
Okay.
The final cut will be made with the other one that's trued.
Yeah. True
And that way it will make sure that it's a flat cut.
Okay, true that.
Ruben, this is no knock on you, buddy. Not by any means, but it's, these headers. What's the opposite of a chef's kiss? Bang your head. Look. Hooey.
It's got lots of patina.
Yeah, patina. It's got patina, all right. It's graduated from patina to...
It looks meaner.
It looks meaner. Jeez, man. Hoy. Or we could do what George Lopez used to say. Ay, wey. Yeah, not competition headers. Yeah, it's gonna be a competition, all right. See if we can get this to look at least a little better than it did. We definitely this is all raised, so it's not like we can get a grinding thing to that. That'll just grind off the so yeah, but it's still metal, so we'll probably just do wire wheel on this area, or maybe wire wheel the whole thing. I don't know.
That's probably gonna be the way to go.
Oh, here, let's check our chem dip real quick. How long does this process take? Probably take until tomorrow, the next week, or
Hour.
an hour. Okay. So we put it in about half an hour ago, I'd say at the most, maybe 20 minutes. Here's our lifters and springs, or our springs and spring caps. Yeah. Yep, looking good. Back to the depths you go. Peter P. Bella girl. Oh, Peter. Oh, Peter P. Peter P. Oh, wow. You just wipe it off, or does it just come out that clean?
Well, it just comes that clean. I just kind of dried off after I hosed it off. You just wipe it off.
Yeah. Jeez. Yeah, that's some pretty potent stuff in that chem dip. I don't know what they use. I haven't bothered to read the ingredients, but whatever it is, it works. So just don't drink it.
Probably not.
Probably not, no. Valve grinding compound. A little valve lappage going on here. All right. So this valve lap process, what does it do exactly? It helps make the two surfaces of the valve and the head, right?
Yep.
Okay.
The valve and the seat.
These times, ever since COVID hit, all my time frame, my inner clock has just been kind of a little wonky lately, right? Everything just seems to sort of run together. I'm sure you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. But when we were doing this, our grinding tool was getting cut down. I mean, like probably every valve seat, and then we'd have to regrind it every 2 or so. So this is what we do here. Okay, the valve's in, clamp it down.
we're yes. I know that some people that have done this are gonna say you're not doing it right. You're doing it with a drill. You're supposed to do it by hand. I've done it like this plenty of times before. Just don't go crazy with it.
Okay, low RPM. Oscillate it back and forth, or pull it in and out. Okay. That's all she wrote?
We're gonna see what she looks like.
Okay.
We should see a mark of where the seat is sitting.
Yeah, I see it.
So it should be up a little higher towards the middle.
That's typically where you want it.
Will be more ideal.
Okay.
So that's telling me it should be ground down a little bit more to sink the valve more.
Okay, and then that'll bring it up higher on the valve.
It'll bring it up high, and it's going to sink the valve some more.
Okay.
So that needs to be cut some more.
Yep.
So you can see where it hit, but it did hit all the way around. So we know we're cutting square, we're sitting flush. We just aren't quite exactly where we need to be. It needs to be down just a little bit more.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna grind this one before we move on to lapping a different one, yeah?
Yes.
All right, we did a quick grind on the exhaust valve here. Now let's see where it ended up. Now we're wanting our line to be up a little bit higher, more towards the center of the valve itself. It was a little bit down towards the center too much, so we need it up a little bit higher. That way our valve isn't sitting up so high. We want it to sit down a little bit, not quite flush. Up
a little bit.
Just a smidge, huh? Okay. We still want it a little higher, yeah?
Let's take a look at this.
Do we need to grind down a little more, maybe? Grind down a little more?
You can see it's not hitting the top right there completely. So there's still a shiny edge on there.
Right.
So what that is, what I've figured out is the grinding wheel, as it's been cutting this, it's altering the 45 degree that's on the grinding wheel itself, so we're not getting a completely flat cut. That's why I resurfaced it or re-trued up the grinding wheel to try and make sure that that's a complete 45 degree cut, and it's not rounded over any, and it's still rounded over because you can see where it's not lapping in correct the full width of that.
So it's not a straight angle.
Right.
Right.
And that's, like I say, that's with
with these hardened seats.
The hardened seats affecting the grinding wheel.
One more quick grind down on the valve seat again, and let's see where we're at. We find...
Not too bad.
Okay, better. A little bit more towards the middle, more or less.
Yeah.
That doesn't have to be right in the middle from, here to there. But
this is good.
That's good. That'll seat well. And right here on the valve seat,
you should be able to see that it's dull all the way around.
Yep, pretty much.
Yep.
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 Pretty much, we're good. Awesome. Yeah.
The disco's not dead. Don't be hating.
Are you sure Disco's not dead?
I'm sure Disco's not dead.
Yeah.
What was once old will be new again.
Is that it? Is that how the saying goes?
True story.
Okay. We're gonna get to these other ones done too. So we're on the intake side. Or the exhaust side, sorry. Exhaust side still.
Exhaust for now.
Yes. Again, I'm always getting these backwards. Exhaust, smaller. The intake, bigger. The exhaust is done on head number 1. Pop doesn't see it fit to have to do
The intakes.
the intakes. The intakes look good. They look like they're in good shape. We know that the valve seats on the intakes were not as hard as the exhaust.
Yeah, I mean, we just did a mild cut and then throwing those back in, so there shouldn't be any problems with the height that they're sitting at.
Ruben, I don't know why I talk like this when I call your name. I've never even met you before. Yet, I feel like I know you through my father, and through my father's father, and through my father's father's father. So this one's for you, okay? Okay, so here's an odd one. You changed out the grinder on the grinding tool, and despite how hard we've established that these valve seats are, that what do I say? It cut right through the valve seat, like that, right here, right now. I mean, nonetheless, it's not like we want to have a hard time to do this. Maybe you guys at home want to see us have a hard time doing this, but we don't. Come on now. Let's bring you out. Wow, right off the bat.
Nice.
Look at that. You see that surface area on there? That's what's going to be touching that valve seat. And that's about where you want it.
Yep.
You want it.
Right through the middle.
Yeah. Magnifico! Mwah! So upon further contemplation, it's possible, perhaps, maybe, coincidentally, theoretically, it could have been the grinding stones a little bit more. Now, it's possible it's a combination of both. The valve seats themselves on the exhaust side are harder. However, compounded with the problem of the stones, perhaps. How many times do you use this machine, Pop? A lot. A lot, right. Okay, so it's a good possibility that this stone right here, the one that we're immediately using, okay, isn't as well worn as the other ones, I suppose. So it's able to cut right through despite the exhaust valve seats being harder. But one pass right here, and it did it right away on our second one. So fingers crossed, blessing from the Lord, we'll get this done, no problem. Call it good.
And for those of you who are saying, well, that's not a proper high performance 5-angle valve job, or some call it a 3-angle valve job, we're not doing high performance. We're doing stock.
Stock performance.
That's what I say.
That's what I say. Oh, come on now.
For any of you wondering, no, that's not Windex anymore. I mean, it's probably pretty obvious unless you're colorblind, I guess. That bottle's green now. It's all simple green in there.
Simple green and Dawn soap.
Dawn soap.
Very good degreaser.
Time to bring out the big guns. Got a little bit of air action going on. Some of the coolant ports for the cooling, the stuff's a little caked on, hard to get off, hard to get in the first place. So we got a little bit of the grinder to help get in there and get some of the stuff broken apart. Let me show you. And that's just the first head. We still haven't even started the second one yet. So we're getting this thing cleaned up. After that, we'll probably get the second one cleaned up, because inside the shop here, let me see if I can take you guys in here. This compressor is loud. Come on through, right here. Okay? Big old bad boy right there. Okay? And this is gonna be our workstation right here. So we still have to get all this cleared off once we get the heads cleaned off all the way. And, well, 2:30 right now. Big boy still hasn't eaten yet. I still gotta eat. Yeah. Ooh. Okay, so obviously a dark area is going to be an area that the DA won't hit. But the difference between the part that it hits and doesn't hit, it's not significant enough. We'll say that, okay? So as you can see a little bit here, right there, it's
Better
gonna
than it
reach all
was.
that. But it's good. It's gonna seal and we're not gonna have any leaks. Now that line is showing up
Because it's a low spot.
Yeah, it's a low spot right there. Looks like might be filled with a little bit of the dust coming off. Huh. So what do you think? Work on this one a little bit more? Just a smidge longer than the other two?
Yeah, we'll hit it a little bit.
Okay. What's the grit you said you were using?
80.
80. I'm sure by now you guys are probably sick and tired of watching us use the DA and probably listen to the DA going on. Well, tough, Buttercup, because we're going to be using it more often now. See, right there. 6X heads, yeah? Here we got to get these threads cleaned out. Which wasn't looking too good. Finally getting all the dirt and grime off of it. We noticed that the threads themselves were not in the greatest of shape. So here we are, getting them all cleaned up.
Yeah, see, that's good now.
And there you go, guys. That wraps up part 5 of the Pontiac 400 build for our good friend Ruben. Now, about this time, this next video, or the next video or two, we should start assembly and get everything put back together. There's only a minor amount of cleaning left to do to make sure we assemble everything as clean as possible. Though this is not a brand new motor, we do take pride in doing a good job despite it being, well, one, a budget build, and two, just having to do the best we can with what we have. So again, don't forget to like the video, comment down below, let us know what you think, share with your friends, sub to the channel. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Oh, and don't forget, there's no substitute for good old-fashioned know-how. Bye.